we kick off our show with one of the most important voices in Congress when it comes to security, intelligence, actually just common sense, law and order. He's on both the Agriculture and Intelligence Committees, and he joins us after helping pass the Secure Our Borders Act of 2023. Joining us right now is Georgia Congressman Austin Scott. Sir, great to have you back on the show.
Hey, John and Amanda, and I'm glad that my good friend Comer's coming on later. I have a lot of faith in him and Jim Jordan to get the truth out about what the Biden family's done and how they got so wealthy.
They are getting a lot of facts out right now, and there's no doubt about it. I want to turn to what just happened in the House. A major piece of legislation passed by Republicans. You're going down that checklist, delivering everything you told the American people. This one probably can't come at a better time. The border about to explode tonight when Title 42 finally is lifted. Give us your assessment of what's going to happen, and also, because you're so keen on security issues, what national security concerns you have about an even more open border than we have now.
Yeah, and let's remember this. We're getting the things passed that we said we were going to get passed with a 4-vote margin in the House of Representatives. We're doing things that the Biden administration was betting that we couldn't get done, just like getting a debt limit bill passed, which is something that they can't do in the Senate run by the Democrats right now. So my primary concern is, you watch the videos, there are going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of people coming across the United States border. This is predictable, this is calculated, and this is unnecessary. This is the end result of the Biden administration's policies. Because they're going to do it the way they're going to do it, those people are going to be released into the United States. They're going to disperse throughout the United States. And in many cases, we won't have any idea who they are. Now, let me make this point. A lot of these people are not from Central and South America. They're not from Mexico or Guatemala or the places in the Western Hemisphere. They're coming from the Middle East. They're coming from China. They're coming from all over the world, and they are taking advantage of the United States citizens because President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, who he has put in charge of the border, have created a scenario under which they can. And so the Biden-Harris administration is letting these people take advantage of us, and they're going to do it. And they're going to be dispersed throughout our communities, and we're not going to have any idea who they are. And there's a cost to this: the cost of health care, the cost of transportation, the cost of housing, the cost of education for the kids. The United States taxpayer, while we are currently over $32 trillion in debt, the United States taxpayer is going to have money taken out of their paychecks to pay for the cost of all of the benefits that people who are coming here illegally are going to get.
Wow.
Well, and sir, when you look at the evidence of who is trying to actually protect our country and protect our border, it seems that this administration says ignore the evidence of your eyes and ears, because you guys, Republicans in the House, just passed H.R. 2. And yet this administration, Biden and Mayorkas, specifically blame it on Republicans that this crisis is happening. Please help me understand.
I can't help you understand. It's just another lie that they've told. It's a continuing pattern of failure from the Biden-Harris administration. They blame Republicans for everything when it is all happening because of the executive actions in the White House.
Yeah, there's no doubt this is intentional. And they said they were going to do it, and they have done it now. Congressman, I want to ask about some of the statistics that are small in size, but mountainous when it comes to potential security issues. Well over 100 people with terrorist ties now been intercepted. It leaves you to wonder how many we missed as we pull more and more border agents from the border. A large, multiple times growth in immigrants, illegal migrants coming across the border from China. You can't leave China unless you get an exit visa. How concerned should we be about those sort of more dangerous elements that we know are now systematically trying to come across the border?
Well, if it's only 1% of the people that are coming across the border that intend to engage in, whether it be drug trafficking or any other type of criminal activity, if it's only 1% of the 5 million that have come in since he has been the President of the United States, if it's only 1%, that's still 50,000, right?
Yeah.
That are doing damage to us every single day inside the United States. And I don't think it's a high percentage. I do not think it's a high percentage that intend to come in here and carry out criminal activity, but I do think it would be more than 1%. And so if you multiply 1 or 2 or 3, say it's 5% times 5 million, you've allowed a lot of people into the United States that intended to damage to us either through drug trafficking or some other type of criminal activity.
Sir, can I just follow quickly if Amanda would give me a moment? Do you talk to intelligence, law enforcement people all the time? They really trust you. Are intelligence and law enforcement people really worried about just how open this is right now?
Oh man, they are at wit's end. You know, they wake up every morning, they go out there, they do the best they can, and depending on where you are, you know, if you're in one of those areas that's got one of these crazy district attorneys, you know, if you're a law enforcement officer and you get it right 99.9% of the time, they're going to find a reason to prosecute you that 1/10 of 1% that you don't get it absolutely perfect. So I just commend our law enforcement officers. I know the majority of our DAs are trying to do a good job, but these people, you know, this very small margin of people that continue to give our law enforcement officers such a hard time. We got to stand behind our law enforcement officers. I mean, it would be significantly worse without them. And let me mention one other thing. You know, with Border Patrol, you know, about 2/3 of the applicants for Border Patrol are being taken out because of a lie detector test. A lie detector test that there got to be significant problems with. I know people who have cleared every lie detector test that they've ever been through that didn't pass the one that Homeland Security has given them. We need to be fixing those types of problems and making it easier for people to serve in law enforcement and help protect us and not harder.
Wow.
Congressman, I want to ask you about what could possibly be a miscalculation by the Democrat Party, because Mayorkas and Biden can say until they are blue in the face that the border is secure, it's closed, they're doing everything they can, they're prepared. I've heard each of those comments from each of them numerous times. But we have homelessness crises in major cities across America, very blue cities, and now that's spilling out into other communities that are not necessarily even blue cities. But I want to ask you, because I think that this is a miscalculation, because once these blue cities, these super blue majority cities with you know, city councils and state legislatures that are blue, they're going to see the impact of this borne out in the homelessness issues in their own communities. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And I think if you look at what the mayor of New York City has had to say, I mean, he's simply telling the truth about what's happening. When they come into New York City, you know, New York City is bearing the cost of housing, of transportation, of health care, of the school systems. And he is making the point that these are resources that are being taken away from United States citizens because you know, the dollar can only get spent once. And so, I mean, it's getting worse, not better. In my little hometown of Tifton, Georgia, I've lived there since 3rd grade. I can tell you, we have always had some homelessness, but we've never had enough so much that the shelters, Brother Charlie's and others couldn't take care of it. And I'm telling you, we have tremendous homelessness issues all throughout the country, even in rural America now.
Yeah. Well, Congressman, you have been raising this alarm: food security, national security, homelessness. We're so grateful that you continue to be a clarion voice on the issue. Thanks for joining us.